You know what, ladies and gentlemen? There are days where I don't want to wake up, and when I turn on the TV, I get moments like this. I'm warning you folks, I saw a sight yesterday when I was coming out of my friend's house that I never ever want to see again. And this can only happen in West Norwood. But now we're talking about the United States of America, well, what that country's becoming at the moment. Get ready for cringe, folks. This is absolute god-awful, absolute vomit-inducing content.
Time for Lefties Losing It, and I'm sorry, but I'm about to bring you a cringe fest unlike anything you have seen before. I'm warning you now. Look away, because you might feel a little bit queasy after this. Here is actress and TV host Drew Barrymore with the Vice President.
Been thinking that we really all need a tremendous hug in the world right now.
Yeah.
But in our country, we need you to be Mamala of the country.
Do you get it? Because it's Kamala Harris, lizard woman, but we now have to call her Marmala Harris. What the F has happened to Drew Barrymore? Holy shit, I used to like this actress. I was a big fan of this actress back in the day. What the hell? I'm not going to use the W word because I'm trying to get away from that now because I feel like I overuse it in my channel. But holy crap. And by the way, that does remind me, I saw a comment on one of my videos recently where the guy says, do you know what? You're 93% all goofy for teenagers on your channel, and that 7% you kind of give a bit of information. And for me to you, sir, I will say this. You are entitled to your opinion. Everybody has an opinion on the internet, whether you're left, whether you're right, whether you're in the middle. It doesn't matter, because if we weren't allowed to express our opinions, the world would be a very boring place. So if I make you chuckle or make you laugh, and if you find me vulgar, and by the way, that V word will be coming up again later on in this video, folks. But Marmala Harris, it's never going to happen. She's a lizard woman. Kamala Harris is a lizard woman. Let's carry on with this, actually.
Need you to be Mamala of the country.
Yeah, just piss off
Even
Barrymore.
for cringe queen Kamala. Gosh, even she felt uncomfortable. Good Lord. And they say Hollywood types are out of touch. And just how will Kamala be Mamala of the country? By ignoring her duties as the borders are, big tick there, by being the most widely unpopular.
Look at that, look at that. Only 36% of voters approve of the court jester, because how did Miss Harris get her way into politics? Just like any other woman, she slept her way to the top, and now she's next to Joe Biden, who seems to be sleeping his way at every single stage he can. But oh my God, folks, I just had to get away from that because, oh boy, I do not want to see this garbage anymore. It's going to be an interesting year, folks. We are already in the 2nd of May. And in 2 days' time, May the 4th be with you. No, because this video is also going to be talking about another Disney annihilation of a beloved character in their animated history. You already know it. I haven't done a review for it yet, but today, folks, Mufasa. Yes, that sequel, that prequel, I should say, that no one had ever asked for in their entire lives. I will be doing a reaction because I haven't seen this trailer yet. So yeah, get ready for that bombshell. But I promise, because it's Big Titty Friday here on Kung Fu Hot Dog, I promise to bring you a video at the very end that will make you smile from boob to boob.
Oh, you know me so well.
I've seen you coming so many times.
Well, space fans, exciting news, huh? And there's even more in part 2.
On today's episode of Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Okay, you can come. Are you coming?
And I'm coming for it, Ken. I'm coming for the fucking money, you piece of shit.
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling.
In the ass end of space, even aliens watch Jason King with Kung Fu Hot Dog. Duke Nukem likes this guy.
people, I get the same feeling. So I'm coming day and night. I mean, it's terrific, right?
So bounding into comics, what are we talking about today? Of course, it's Dr. Pooh, Ncuti Gatwa, shooting off his mouth yet again. So Russell T Davies confirms upcoming season to feature a heavy focus on progressive messaging. If you're not writing that in 2024, what on earth are you doing? Perhaps Mr. RTD, you should be being a storyteller, a creator, not giving us a message. We don't need to see that.
And I just felt like lucky enough to be seen as a trans person in something so huge as Doctor Who, and I just felt lucky that like I would be Catherine Tate's daughter in a way. That's just...
Can someone please tell me what just happened?
At one point, pressed for his thoughts regarding Ncuti Gatwa and his casting as the first Black Doctor Who. Ncuti Gatwa, of course, Gatwa is not a Scottish name because Ncuti prides herself in being half Rwandan and half Scottish. And of course, if that's him culturally inappropriating the kilt and twerking around on it in Doctor Who. Yeah, I mean, if you're a proper Scotsman or woman, how do you feel about that? I mean, if I did that, and I made a mockery of your national uniform, wouldn't you take some issue with me about that? Of course you would. Or by the other hand, you might find me quite funny in that rather nice looking piece of formal army wear, and we'll take no issue with that. But honestly, I mean, Ncuti Gatwa is just a one-note actor. He does the same expression all the time. I mean, if you team him up with Tessa Thompson, you probably won't be able to tell much difference in their acting ability whatsoever. Yes, their skin blends are vastly tonally different from each other, but oh my god, geez, for all you dammers out there, I'm not going anywhere. Despite the fact that this second season of Doctor Who, yes, which is produced by Walt Disney, unfortunately, which means more money being wasted into garbage content. Back in my days of watching films and entertainment, oh my god, you never had any of these issues. I'm sure there are backroom dramas happening, and I'm not talking about back passage dramas either, ladies and gentlemen, but oh my god, since the internet has dawned upon us and UFO sightings are everywhere now, which is wonderful, I do wish a UFO would be hovering outside my house and take me away to a better place, quoting Guns N' Roses, because when they're talking about a Sweet Child of Mine or Paradise City, I think Axl Rose is talking about somewhere that's not of the earth, and I quite agree with you, Mr. Rose. But honestly, after apologizing now, this is another bizarre story I talked about 2 days ago. So, Cryptivo, farm folks, who has gotten to them already? KOTAKU. KOTAKU has made Mr. Koleshkov, the CEO of Cryptivo, the people behind Farm Folks, to apologize for their vulgar remarks. Well, if you like vulgarity, folks, you came here and you're probably coming right here to the right channel.
While we've been doing our silly little jokes and sketches, you've been sitting there gasping, "This is the greatest show I've seen in my life."
Now, in an exclusive interview with Alyssa Ncuti, Koleshkov further addressed the original post and the apology. First, addressing the original post, he explained, the wording was so silly. The original idea was, yeah, we spiced it up with a joke, which was the problem. No, what it was, because of the whole jiggle physics drama with Eve from Stellar Blade right now, they thought, hey, you know what, we want a piece of that jiggle pie. We want to get people to notice us. Well, when Black Girl Gamers and somebody called Running with Pencil chimes in to say, how dare you make boob jokes in a video game, and trying to tell people about how big or small the females in that game should be, you're doing a disservice. What, you don't want more than one gender in a video game? Activists, is that what it is? But the general idea was to make sure that we're doing the breast physics because our game is very immersive. It's not that we're fixated on women's parts. Well, you probably should be. Our entire body is full of technology. To me, breast movement was not controversial since it's human biology. So then if you acknowledge that, Mr. Kaleshkov, why then did you still apologize? I think if you didn't apologize, like Seth MacFarlane, I saw your boobs, I saw your boobs.
Meryl Streep, we saw your boobs in Silkwood. Naomi Watts in Mulholland Drive.
Yeah, did he apologize? No, just get in there, do it, get out. He also confirmed it will have female breast physics. So this feels like you've kind of run yourself into the ground. People might have been looking forward to playing Farm Folks, but now you're doubling down on your apology, which makes you look 10 times more cringe than what you were first perceived to be. Isn't that bizarre? In an edited response by Mokonte, Kaleshkov told her, "We don't want vulgarity." Well, you started it because, like, it can be fun. Of course it can. Vulgarity's always been fun. It can be a little bit goofy. It can be memey. Oh, stop it, you. Don't you mean marmalade? But we're not going to go after, like, over-sexualization, goofiness in the ways like Conan Exiles, where you can, like, modify... Oh, really? I didn't know you could do that. Holy hell. We've listened to our community. We heard that sometimes we talk about like implementing like that jiggle physics, right? This guy can't speak English, and neither can Miss McConaughey. So people like Alana Pierce says, oh, well, IGN and Kotaku didn't force Sony to take down the hard R from Stellar Blade. Yeah, of course they didn't. No, because you can imagine that out. Oh, this is the same IGN, by the way, that's advocating for Resident Evil 5 not to be remade with the, well, from the original source, which I absolutely love, by the way.
So let's have fun.
So before we get to the Lion King trailer, I want to take you back to 1994 when I saw the original film at the cinema. The same time, the same year that The Crow with Brandon Lee also came out, if I'm not mistaken. So look at the cast list here. Matthew Broderick, Jeremy Irons, who was phenomenal, James Earl Jones, well, when Whoopi Goldberg was tolerable, Rowan Atkinson, you know, and look, now, when Ncuti Gatwa says, oh, there's no diversity in Hollywood, I mean, have a look. Cheech Marine, one of the all-time greats, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, you know, you got Moira Kelly, you got a great eclectic cast of actors and actresses. Then we get the director of the said movie, Roger Allers. I don't have to explain his appearance to you. You can quite clearly see the man was qualified and he knows how to dress. Then we've got Rob Minkoff, who is the other director for The Lion King. And I've heard of his name before as well. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this, can't you guys? Yeah, then in 2019, before the whole world went mad a year later, the almost 2-hour version from Jon Favreau. And look at the cast. No Matthew Broderick. We got Beyonce now. Because who played Nala in the original? What was the... well, okay, right. So she wasn't... Oh, Moira Kelly. There you go. So, yeah, the white actress. Now she's probably replaced by an even whiter actress, in inverted commas. Seth Rogen. I mean, anything Seth Rogen's attached to now. Are you going to watch it? No, I'm not. Chiwetel Ejiofor, John Oliver, okay. So you got the comic relief in place of Rowan Atkinson, whatever. J.D. McCrary, is that a John Boyega in drag? Who knows? Penny Johnson-Gerald, I like her. She's good. I've always liked her. She's pretty cool. But this is Mufasa. This is the prequel story. So it's not about little Simba. We know his story already. This is Mufasa, the father. We wanted a story about him, apparently. I had no idea. Barry Jenkins, you just got to check this guy out, actually, because he... Oh, look, well, there you go. This is probably why he got hired, folks. Because you can't have two white directors who have been qualified in animation for a long time to be remembered for the 1994 animated classic. No, we're going to rewrite history now, folks. So if Beale Street could talk, which I didn't bother watching, Moonlight and After Sun. Moonlight was what got Mahershala Ali's Oscar. But this guy, to my knowledge, has never directed an animated feature, so what makes him qualified to do this? But then again, this Mufasa film is live action. And this guy came up with a very bizarre comment, actually. I want to see if I can find it for you. It was the strangest thing I'd ever seen. Barry Jenkins, The Hollywood Reporter. Let's have a look. Here we go. Look at this. Barry Jenkins responds to criticism that Mufasa, the Lion King, is part of soulless Disney machine. He just comes up with the weirdest... Here we go, watch this. There is no... No, let's do the girl voice. There is nothing soulless about the Lion King. For decades, children have sat in theatres all over the world experiencing collective grief for the first time. Well, I did when I was watching Bambi in my home cinema, Bazza, engaging Shakespeare for the first time. What? Across aisles in myriad languages for the first time. A most potent vessel for communal empathy. What the F are you talking about, Bazza Jenkins? This guy is, oh my God, this is just, oh, wow, this is absolute dog doo-doo. So yeah, let's go back to Mufasa, the Lion King. Oh, it's out 5 days before Christmas. So plan your holidays, ladies and gentlemen, in the USA. Just go anywhere else but sticking around in your country at that time of the year. Oh my God. And who are the stars of this one? Tandy Newton. And I'm surprised her daughter actress hasn't got a starring role in this. Good grief. Nico Parker. What a ridiculous name. So before I get to the trailer, folks, you'll notice one thing when you do visit the official Disney channel on YouTube. All the comments have been turned off. But somebody managed to get a, well, not a screen grab, but they noted what was said. That these are copy and pastes, obviously. Without a drop of nobility, so this movie literally retcons Mufasa's whole conversation with Simba, making him the first king of the Pride Lands. It's garnered over 6,500 likes. Like when Mufasa said, "So what am I? Some kind of a Lion King?" I can't take this any longer. This is too much. Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Let's watch this. Let's watch it now. Look at that. Disney, they can't handle criticism. They're such fragile people. Bob Iger just sitting there looking at indecent images of himself. And yes, he's just kind of told his minions, turn that comment button off. But one thing you can't do, Mr. Iger, sorry, Mrs. Iger and Disney, you can't disable dislikes on your video. It's glorious. Look at this. Only 114,000 upvotes, probably 70% of which are made up of bots, and 271,000 downvotes. Make that another number added right there. Oh boy, let's watch this, folks. I'm not looking forward to this. This is going to be bloody awful. Yeah.
This story begins far beyond the mountains and the shadows. On the other side of the light.
Oh, this is live action, right?
A lion was born without a drop of nobility in his blood. A lion who would change our lives forever. Mufasa.
Did he? Because he didn't last very long in the animated movie, did he? Is Mufasa gay?
The earth will shake. Destiny awaits you.
Well, that trailer tells me absolutely nothing that I should look forward to watching this film on December the 20th, 2024. Why should I? It's like a put-together sizzle reel. It's like, what's happening? All right, you're showing us a baby Mufasa, but what else do we see? Nothing. It's a joke. It's really awful. I mean, Mads Mikkelsen, why is he tied to things like this? What, did his son coerce him into being a part of this? Nobody wants to. Billy Eichner, isn't that the same guy who was in Bros? Oh no, God, Jesus Christ. Oh God, tell me I'm wrong. Let me just go back to the cast list here. Billy Eichner, were you in Bros? Come on, yeah, he was in Bros. Oh no, God. I bet he's going to be a gay lion, right? Anyway, folks, I don't know how you feel about that, but as I promised at the beginning of today's video, I'm going to bring you something vulgar, something special, something rather titillating. So in the name of science, ladies and gentlemen, we ask the all-important question, which floats better in the sea or swimming pool? Quantum Physics is Fun Bags by Dr. Jim Street.
An au pair or a fake pair?
Get it because au pair, pair. Hello, nice to meet you three.
In the name of science.
Can we just check out this guy's having the time of his life right now? I mean, honestly, at least he's just not hiding his expression. He's like, that cameraman is having the time of his life. That's all I'm saying.
Really, you should be sinking. Any idea why?
It could be because my breasts were quite large to start with.
Hold my beer.
How much, Haley? Are we coming?
My pleasure.
And mine. Now there you go. Mixed results. Not quite what we expected.
Well, that's my kind of guy. All in the name of science, ladies and gentlemen. And on that one, we have to knock this video on its proverbial head right away because I have a lot of stuff to do, you new schmooze. So if you enjoyed my video today, and by the way, yeah, it's been an awful week in terms of entertainment and other crazy things happening in the world. I've been more interested, more engaged with UFO sightings in America, especially at LaGuardia Airport in New York. It's been absolutely riveting stuff. I really do wish a UFO would come down right now with some beautiful female aliens on board to take me away and experiment in whichever way possible they want to do. And on that one, if you were me and if I were you, you should come back for the next video.
It could be because my breasts were quite large to start with.
She blinded me with science.
Been thinking that we really all need a tremendous hug in the world right now.
Yeah.
But in our country, we need you to be Mamala of the country.
Serious?
Do you live in